Hello and welcome to Cooking with RedPool. Today on this episode we're going to be making jam, just to show you guys just exactly how easy it is to do. So first off, you're going to want to get really hot water. They say boil it, but my tap's super hot. So I'm just going to sanitize your lids here. I'm going to do about 7. The recipe calls for about 7.5. So maybe I'll prepare 8 and hope for the best. So I guess half a jar. Okay, 8. Okay, set those aside. And I've already preheated my oven. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take these, and I preheated it for 200, and then I'll just switch it to warm, and so the oven should be nice and at a perfect temperature here. Oh gosh. Okay, we're just going to do that. Should be fine as long as they just... Okay, so you want that warm. I might do it a little bit warmer. And now I've already pre-washed and cut up my strawberries here. It doesn't really matter what size, depends on how you like your jam. You're going to be mashing it anyways, so you're going to need a potato masher. I know it sounds silly, but... So we're going to do this a layer at a time. And now I like my my jams a little bit more chunky. I like chunks of the fresh fruit. So you're going to do this in layers. Mash, mash, mash. Come on. Mash it. Now this is why you do it in layers, because depending on how good your potato mash is, it could be a little bit hard. You're going to have to use your muscles. I think I should bend them down a bit. Okay, perfect. Get them to the consistency you like. I think we're ready for another layer here. Oh, for heaven's sake. You're going to get a warm arm workout here. I almost said a warm workout. Mash, mash, mash. Getting there. A little bit more. It's just a couple larger ones here. Another. Whoa! Might have been a bit much to get through. It's a little bit difficult. Oh, see, it's worth it. Now this recipe calls for 3 3/4 cups of your mashed fruit. You can do this with any fruit. Sometimes the measurements of sugar might differ, or whether you use lemon juice or not. Depends on the fruit you're using. Okay, great. Here we go. Now, as you see, we're getting closer. There's still a few big chunks, but get it nice and mashed up. Checking. That's looking like a great consistency now. This, I might have to do 2 batches of these. Looks like once you mash them up, they get, it goes a little further. Getting there. We are getting there. Last little bit here. Here we are. I like to give them a little mix around and just make sure we got all of the chunky chunks, because you don't want them too big. This, it might be easier if you cut the strawberries a little smaller, but it depends on preference, I suppose. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a workout. I think we're almost there. I think we are almost there. Oh, there's one. I think that's now. All right. I think we're done. I was going to use this pot, but now that I see how much it is, I think I'm going to have to use this pot. Now this is oversized, but it's the only one that I have. So we're going to add our lemon juice here. I have 1/4 cup of lemon juice. You You can use fresh, but this is the kind I use, real lemon juice. You can get it anywhere. I got this at my local convenience store, honestly. Okay, so now, then you're gonna measure out 3 3/4 cup. Try not to make too much of a mess. I will have to make 2 batches of this, but that's quite fun. Now, I need oopsie. That'll do. Oopsie doodles. Whoa. Sorry for the squeal. Okay. And then you can put that aside as well. I'm going to be making another batch. It looks like I might make another small batch. So then you're going to add, the recipe calls for 7 cups of sugar, but I think that's ridiculous. So I did add a little bit less, maybe 5.5, about 6. I just kind of definitely don't need 7 cups, I don't believe. My opinion anyways. And you're gonna mix this all up. Turn on your heat to about medium or so. Mix this all up really well. Make sure you got all your sugar off the bottom or it might burn. Okay. I'm definitely glad I chose to use this pot because, oh yes, and I think I did a great job mashing them. As I'm stirring it up, it's looking so perfect. And you're gonna bring this to a boil. And once that's to a boil, all you're gonna do, but before it comes to a boil, you're gonna wanna take your cans out, your jars out of the oven and place them onto a towel. That's why I have the towel here, because you definitely don't want them to go onto a cold surface because the jars are hot and the liquid is hot. That will cause the jar to crack or shatter, so we don't want that to happen. So I've just got a towel here, and about as just before it starts boiling, you'll take the jars out, place them on this, and then once it's boiling, I'll show you what we're going to do then. You're going to want liquid pectin. That's my favorite, liquid pectin. So I like the Cerdo brand. That's the, I do have other stuff, but this is my choice. I like the Cerdo. Very good. You can also find this recipe in the Cerdo box, just so you know. I'm just going to wipe up my mess here. Jam is super easy. You don't need a can or nothing. This is it. What you see is what you get. Thought I was going to use that. I might still use it. Yep, and you're going to want to stir and dissolve all that sugar into your fruit mixture. If you want to come take a look, that would be fine. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. And that's what it should look like. I'm just going to stir it because this pot, sometimes if you're not careful, will burn very easily, and it does have a high sugar content. So just going to keep an eye on it. Bring this to a boil. Where is my funnel? I'm gonna use this measuring cup so I don't make a mess. Or I might use this again. Depending on how much this will make. Whoopsie doodles. Careful. I'm gonna make this actually because it might be easier if it's close to the pot. I'm gonna get out a ladle. We're gonna need a ladle as well. And if I can remember where I put my funnel, I hid it on myself. I put it somewhere so that I wouldn't forget where it is. I forgot where it is. I used to Betsy. Oh. Hi. We had a little malfunction with the camera, so we had to take 3. Okay, folks, just a minute here, and we're gonna add the liquid pectin. Okay, we are at a boil, folks. If you want to quickly come and look before I add the Certo, that's what you want. So you're just gonna remove it from the heat. You're gonna want to quickly grab. Hi guys, sorry about that. We seem to having camera issues today, but after you remove the strawberry mixture from the heat, that's when you stir in your liquid pectin, and then you skim it for 5 minutes as you're stirring it as well. So just skim the foam off the top, and that prevents the fruit from floating to the top. So after that step, then you just basically can it into your hot jars, you dry off your lids, you can it up, and within an hour you'll see your lid will pop, and that's how you know that it's sealed, and there you go. You wait 24 to 48 hours before eating, then throw it in the fridge and it's ready to go. Enjoy!